A poet never takes notes. You never take notes in a love affair. To be a poet is a condition, not a profession. The figure a poem makes. It begins in delight and ends in wisdom. In a clarification of life, not necessarily a great clarification, such as sects and cults are founded on, but in a momentary stay against confusion. Writing free verse is like playing tennis with the net down. I have never started a poem yet whose end I knew. Writing a poem is discovering. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. I am a writer of books in retrospect. I talk in order to understand, I teach in order to learn. Style is that which indicates how the writer takes himself and what he is saying. It is the mind skating circles around itself as it moves forward. Poetry is what gets lost in translation. Poetry is about grief. Politics is about the grievance. The greatest thing in family life is to take a hint when a hint is intended and not to take a hint when a hint isn't intended. Take care to sell your horse before he dies. The art of life is passing losses on. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life: it goes on. Always fall in with what you're asked to accept. Take what is given, and make it over your way. My aim in life has always been to hold my own with whatever's going. Not against, with. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. If one by one we counted people out for the least sin, it wouldn't take us long to get so we had no one left to live with. For to be social is to be forgiving. You don't have to deserve your mother's love. You have to deserve your father's. A mother takes 20 years to make a man of her boy, and another woman makes a fool of him in 20 minutes. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. There never was any heart truly great and generous that was not also tender and compassionate. Education doesn't change life much. It just lifts trouble to a higher plane of regard. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Education is hanging around until you've caught on, thinking isn't agreeing or disagreeing. That's votin'. There are 2 kinds of teachers: the kind that fills you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just gives you a little prod behind and you jump to the skies. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. Humor is the most engaging cowardice. The strongest and most effective force in guaranteeing the long-term maintenance of power is not violence in all the forms deployed by the dominant to control the dominated, but consent in all the forms in which the dominated acquiesce in their own domination. Happiness makes up in height for what it lacks in length. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. It's a funny thing that when a man hasn't anything on earth to worry about, he goes off and gets married. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. I often say of George Washington that he was one of the few in the whole history of the world who was not carried away by power. If society fits you comfortably enough, you call it freedom. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. Thanks for watching.